When it comes to their target audience, Pixar appears to have two different kinds of styles. One being to appeal first and foremost to one specific group of people, and the other being to go after pretty much everybody. Now, while some of their movies in the former category are still great movies that do have a rather wide appeal, I believe that on the whole they tend to do better when their movies are more universal in nature. And one of the best examples I can give to demonstrate this point is Ratatouille, the simple story of a rat who wants to be a great chef. And obviously there will be spoilers for this movie ahead, so if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to know what happens, you might just want to be on the lookout and shouldn't continue with this video. This is the only warning I'll be giving you. Okay, so to start off simply, to be universal means that something appeals to the widest demographic possible, or to put it in even simpler terms, something that pretty much anybody, no matter where they come from or what they personally believe in, can appreciate. And a quick example of this would probably be another Pixar movie, Coco. Though obviously meant to appeal first and foremost to people of a Mexican culture, the movie nonetheless mostly tackles themes that pretty much anybody can relate to. From the importance of family to the fear of being held back from your dreams to the inherent fear and acceptance of death. And these concepts prove to be so relatable on a widespread scale that even the infamous Chinese censors, who usually forbid any depiction of the afterlife to be shown in their country, made an exception for Coco because they found that even with the world of the dead, it was still a movie that perfectly showed the value and importance of family, which is something very important to Chinese culture. So the point is, the movie Coco may be a movie set firmly in Mexican culture, but it's also universal because its themes, ideas, and concepts can be fully understood and appreciated by anybody, even among people from vastly different backgrounds. And this doesn't apply just to Pixar either. Pretty much any story has the potential to be universal as long as it appeals to certain core human ideas that anybody from anywhere can value or understand. That's even why certain stories, such as the works of William Shakespeare, are still read by millions even to this day, not only because his plays and novels revolutionized storytelling, but because the full impact of what they're saying can still be felt even over 500 years after the man's death. And if that doesn't prove how versatile and the effectiveness of a story that's truly universal, with its ability to impart the same lessons and morals centuries after they've been written, then I don't know what can. But I'm getting off track here. Let's get back to Ratatouille. Alright, so as I said before, I believe most Pixar movies are actually very universal and timeless, especially as far as their themes go. Pretty much anybody from anywhere in the world, or from any point in history for that matter, could understand, appreciate, and take away the same things from them. And I believe that the movie of theirs to do this perhaps the most effectively is Ratatouille. Because as I already mentioned, on the surface this movie is simply about a rat who wants to become a chef, which is made difficult by the fact that pretty much everybody views him as a filthy animal. But at its core, the movie is about something much more relatable than that, and something that pretty much every person on the planet possesses. Passion. It may be for anything, or even a number of things. But the point still remains that pretty much everybody has a passion for something in this world. and don't always feel like they're qualified or good enough for it. So while Remy's passion may be for cooking, if you swap it with pretty much anything else, the basic plot would remain almost exactly the same, as would his struggle. He can't get respect because he's a rat. He's got certain family members that don't support him and try to encourage him, quote, to be what he is, and other family members that, while supportive, can just never understand why it's such a big deal to him, as well as people who want to exploit his talents for their own gain. But above all, he's got the one person who believes in him and is willing to stick up for him even at the cost of everything. And it's through that person that he's able to finally live his dream. Tell me you haven't heard this exact story play out in both fiction and real life a million times before. But why does it work? Because it's so relatable. No matter where any given person comes from, a talented person with a passion for what they do has to work for that passion and face plenty of hardships while they do it. But a movie like Ratatouille reminds us why it's worth living that passion and that everything you go through will pay off in the end. To put it simply, Ratatouille is about as universal as a story can really get. It's about the friendship between two vastly different outcasts, one of whom allows the other to finally live his dreams after being the only one to recognize his talents. It's essentially a story of friendship and passion, and very few wouldn't find a story like that very compelling. And even Remy's passion for cooking is greatly contrasted with that of Skinner, who simply wants to use a chef's name for a quick profit. But not just any chef, mind you, but a chef with possibly even greater passion for cooking than Remy, to the point that he pretty much died of a broken heart because a famous food critic dismissed his work as mediocre. And instead of having that same passion and trying to continue his legacy, his partner instead decides to profit off of his passion with, ironically, absolutely no passion put into it. And as a result, the movie rightfully treats him as making a mockery of his name. And when he goes, so does that cheap profitability that is instead replaced with Remy's talents and enthusiasm. To put it another way, being a movie about passion, it goes all the way in showing that a person's passion for something not only leads to profits, but genuine happiness and benefit for all, while profit with no passion is nothing but a vulgar mockery of what other people put their heart and soul into. Basically, Remy may be an animal by birth, but Skinner is the true rat of this story. And depicting those who profit off of people's passion this way only makes the movie even more appealing because it shows that the extra effort from people dedicated to their work actually means something, and that the people who just profit off of it without a care are not better than them just because they make more money faster. But where I feel this movie really strikes that universal nerve is in perhaps its most iconic line. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. Because I feel that line might actually inspire genuine hope in people. If you were to switch out the word artist for any other word, it means the exact same thing. Or if somebody views their passion, whatever it is, as art, then that quote also applies just as much. Anybody can take that line and apply it to themselves, especially because it's absolutely true. It doesn't matter where a person was born. It doesn't matter their upbringing. And it doesn't matter their background. As long as they've got the talent and the passion and are ready to use them, they can be great at whatever it is they want to be, and nobody can tell them otherwise. That is what that quote is saying in a nutshell, and that's why I believe people love this movie so much. Because not only does it speak directly to the artist in everybody, but it also reminds them that they can be great no matter how much is stacked against them. And if that's not a message that can inspire pretty much anybody who sees it, no matter where they live, what they believe in, or even when in history they might have lived, then I honestly don't know what could. Okay, so to put it all a little simpler, what makes Ratatouille so universal is that it's a movie about passion, which is something everybody can relate to, and that encourages people with that talent and passion to go out and make it a reality. Now sure, that may all be rather complex for a kid's movie, but that's not what I'm discussing right now. The point is, you don't have to be from a certain place or have a certain background to get the message of this movie. Anybody can feel the full impact and be inspired by it. Even if you had a time machine and could show this to people in the Middle Ages, in essence, it would still have the same effect on them. And that is the mark of a story that's truly universal. To be able to speak to everybody by appealing to something that anyone can understand. Because again, while everybody might not share Remy's passion for cooking, the movie makes it very simple to substitute Remy and his passion for the given passion of any audience member, which is what helps make the whole thing so effective. And I believe that to be an essential part to that Pixar charm they've started to lose. The ability to speak to anybody, the ability to inspire emotion and greatness simply by appealing to things that anyone can understand. But at the very least, there's still movies like Ratatouille out there to remind everybody, no matter who they are, that a great artist truly can come from anywhere. Even from a place as unlikely and unassuming as the old rat in the attic. Okay, I think that was everything I had to say. So now I want to hear what you guys think. Do you believe that Ratatouille is one of the best examples of Pixar's universal appeal out there, and it's that very appeal that they're starting to lose? Or do you believe I've got the whole thing backwards? Please let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, you don't have to agree with anything I said in this video. You are free to take anything you want away from any movie you see, and if you think my takeaways are completely wrong, that's absolutely fine with me. And thank you all for watching. It is very greatly appreciated, and I hope to see you all next time.